Hey guys, today I want to go ahead and talk about absolute value equations. Some of you are about to start those, so I want to go ahead and just quickly go over those. Now, if you remember, maybe in 6th grade, absolute value is the distance from 0, okay? So absolute value has to do with the distance. So if we take the absolute value of 3, it's 3 units from 0. The same thing with -3. The absolute value of -3, well, it's still 3 units from 0. Okay, so what maybe a lot of you understood is that anything inside here becomes a positive, and essentially that's true. But I want you to understand that in absolute value we have two solutions. Okay, we have the positive and the negative. So when we do these absolute value equations, we have two solutions. Okay, so we have a positive solution and a negative. So when I do this problem here, okay, I'm going to write 8 minus x equals positive 3, and I'm going to write 8 minus x equals negative 3. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and solve it. Okay, and remember when we saw we do the opposite of the order of operations, so we're going to undo addition subtraction first. So positive 8, this becomes a minus 8 because we want to solve for the variable. This becomes a 0. Now you see there's a negative in front of the x, so don't forget that. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. Now we have to get rid of that negative, or simplify it. So we're going to divide by -1, and x is equal to positive 5. Okay, so that's my first solution. Now over here, now a lot of students think, oh, it's -5. No, it's not. I'm going to be repeating the same process, but you're going to notice a different result. We still have the negative x. -3 and -8 is -11. We're still going to divide by that -1, and x is going to give me positive 11. Okay, so our two solutions are 5 and positive 11. And you'll probably see it written like this, 5 comma 11, and you're going to have braces. Okay, now parentheses, braces. Parentheses, we use them for plotting points. Okay, now if you want to go ahead and check that out, check the solution, we can go ahead and plug it in. If I put 5 in here, 8 minus 5 is 3. What's the absolute value of 3? 3. What if I put 11? 8 minus 11 is -3. Well, what's the absolute value of -3? It's 3. Okay, let's go ahead and do another problem. Okay guys, I want to go ahead and take a look at this problem, and actually this is a trick question. Remember, we're going to have two solutions, but anything that is inputted here has to give me a positive result. Okay, now think about this. Whatever I put in here has to come out to be positive. Is there any number that I can put in here that's going to give me a -6 answer? The answer is no. If you put 10 in here, well, 10 minus 4, well, that's 6. The absolute value of 6 is 6, not -6. Okay, well, maybe, how can we make, well, how about -2? Okay, if I put in -2 here, well, -2 minus 4, well, that's -6. But the absolute value of -6 is still positive 6. So there's never going to be a way for you to get a negative solution or a negative answer when you're talking about absolute value. Okay, so the answer, the equation, always has to equal a positive value. Okay, guys? So careful with that. Let's go ahead and do another one real quick. Alright guys, our next problem, and you notice this is basically absolute value with division. So we notice it's all division here, and remember we're going to undo division, so we're going to multiply, and I'll do it the long way just because you are used to it and your teachers teach you this. Now this is going to eliminate itself. You can just cross multiply really, and now you're going to be left with the absolute value of a minus 5 equal to 18. Now that we have it separated, okay, now we can go ahead and have our two solutions. Remember, we have our positive, which is 18, and we're going to have our negative, -18. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and solve it. Instead of -5, we are going to put +5. And you're going to see easily A is going to equal to 23. Okay. Same thing over here, +5 on both sides. Now we have -18 plus 5. So be careful with that. And that will give you -13. Okay, a different solution. And like always, we want to check it. Okay, 23. If I put 23 in here, 23 minus 5 is 18. The absolute value of 18 is 18. If I put -13, -13 minus 5 is -18. The absolute value of -18 is positive. And the same thing will work if you put the 23 over here. Okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do one more. Alright class, our last problem. Now this one I like because you see this 4 here. A lot of students think, oh well, I'm just going to go ahead and distribute. But actually I want to go ahead and simplify it before you go ahead and do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do the opposite or undo the multiplication. Okay, it is correct, you could distribute, but I want to do it an easier way. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to isolate the absolute value first before you go ahead and split it up. Okay, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and this will eliminate because 4 divided by 4 is 1, so that will give me the absolute value of 8 is equal to 56 divided by 4. Okay, let's see, 4 goes into 5 once, and that'll give me 14. Okay, now that we have that, my absolute value is nice and by itself. We can go ahead and separate it. We're going to get the positive solution, which is 14, and we're going to get the negative solution, which is -14. Okay, and basically I'm teaching you the shortcut way, guys. Your teacher might teach you a little bit different, but this is also going to work. So we're going to go ahead and solve it. Instead of +8, we're going to go -8 on both sides. That's going to cancel, actually simplify. 14 minus 8 is 6. And then the same thing over here. But remember, it's not going to be -6. -14 minus 8 is -22. A lot of students think, oh, it's just the opposite. But no, it's not. Okay, and if you want to check it, always check it. You can plug in the 6 here. 6 plus 8, absolute value of 14 is 14. Same thing with -22. -22 plus 8 is -14. The absolute value of -14 is still 14. Okay, and you can do the same thing over here with the 6 and the -22. Alright guys, so hopefully that helps. Send me an email if you have any questions. Hope to hear from you soon.